Thomas, welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. As you can see behind me, I am not in my my wooden tower, as I said. It's not ivory at all. Nowhere am I in the boonies in the middle of nowhere. I am back to whatever this is, this thing that we call reality and this thing that we call our society. My wife is in Old Navy, so I figured I'd come out and do a video. I was looking online and I saw Peter Dow. He was some affiliate with Hillary Clinton. He worked with Hillary Clinton. Went on a tear on Twitter. Angry at progressives. Angry at Bernie supporters. Angry at leftists and socialists and all these other groups who are to the left of the right-wing Democratic Party. Angry. He's shaking his fist at us. How dare you? How dare you? He's doing that on Twitter. It's coming across pretty clearly. He's angry that we're taking shots at Kamala Harris and Cory Booker. He's like, they're attacking the Democratic Party. They're using right-wing talking points. How dare they? How dare they? Dear Hillary Clinton, do you know that the popularity in polls of Hillary Clinton is less than Donald Trump? Donald Trump has been in office for, what, 8 months? And he's still ranked better than Hillary Clinton. That gives you the disparity, or that gives you the reality of this. Sorry. That gives you the reality of this. Peter Dow is upset. Peter Dow has feelings. Peter Dow is expressing his feelings on Twitter. I'm okay with Peter Dow expressing his feelings on Twitter. But Peter Dow is being fucking ridiculous. Whether it's a right-wing talking point, whatever you want to call it, is it true? Is it true? If I say the Clinton Foundation is absolutely corrupt and it should be investigated, is that true? The WikiLeaks documents show pay for play. Good damn common sense. Looking at it shows pay for play. She was monetizing the State Department. You're taking money in one hand and you're doing favors in the other hand for the people who are paying you, many of which are foreign governments. Is that a right-wing talking point? Is that true? Just because the right wing makes an argument or makes a case against a particular person you like doesn't necessarily mean that that argument is wrong. The thing that progressives are bitching at and complaining about and going after you about, whether it's Cory Booker or whether it's Kamala Harris, is that what you say you are philosophically as a party is different than what you do when you get into those offices. That's our point. That's our point. Whatever you want to think of right-wingers making this argument, the people who you're talking about aren't part of the Democratic Party. So yes, we're going to attack you in the same way that the Republican Party attacks you, in the same way that the Green Party attacks you. You will be attacked. You will be torn asunder until you finally come to the bare necessity of just representing your interests or representing the constituents who vote for you. It's funny, I'm in a parking lot doing this, so I feel somewhat self-conscious. I feel somewhat self-conscious. Look, man, what it boils down to, Peter Dow, I'm sorry you have feelings. I'm sorry you have feelings. You must understand, though, that the difference between the right wing attacking you versus the left wing attacking you, neither one of those things are part of your party. That's the first point. The second point is, we're attacking you because you're not representing the interests of your constituents. The things that you say are distinctly different than the things that you do. So yes, up-and-comers like Cory Booker and Kamala Harris are being attacked. They're being attacked for their record. They're being attacked for their record. It's not these shallow attacks. Your attacks are coming from the left, but the fact that these attacks can come from the left gets across the problem. Why can you be attacked from the left? Did you ask that question? Why can you be attacked from the left? You're supposed to be the left-leaning party of this particular country. Why are these attacks biting in you so? Why are they hurting you so? Why do they disturb you so? Why? Could it be because they're true? Could it be because they're true? You had 8 years of a Democratic president in office. Now, if your logic is right, it's the Burners' fault. It's the leftists' fault. These guys are hurting the Democratic Party. Good! Good. That's the point. That's the point. Burn that party to the ground until that party finally represents its philosophical basis. You are supposed to represent the 99%. You're not representing the 99%. You're representing the people who are putting money in your pocket. That's what we believe. That's what progressives, that's what leftists believe. And ultimately, when you look at who's paying you versus what you do, those things line up pretty goddamn well. If you're wondering why we're attacking you, it's because you're not representing the interests of the people who are putting you in that office, while at the same time pretending as if you're representing the interests of the people who are putting you in that office. You say one thing and do something completely different. You're playing this role of talking like FDR and believing people are so stupid they're going to fall for it. You lost to a reality show host. You lost to a reality show host. I'm giving a moment of silence for that because I want that to sink in of the gravity of that. You lost to a reality show host. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. That's also telling. Now, you can say that's for progressives. You can say that's for anybody else. Ultimately, that boils down to you. You lost to somebody who only had 40% likability. It's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. You're being attacked, mainly from progressives, at least from our standpoint, for the same reason that you're consistently losing. It's not progressives' fault that you lost 66 out of 99 state legislatures. It's not progressives' fault that you've lost the House, the Senate, the Supreme Court, and the presidency. It's not progressives' fault. This all boils down to the party itself, the problems and the issues associated with the party. Until you do right by us, you will not prosper. That's the truth. You can complain and bitch and have a hissy fit on Twitter all you want. What it boils down to is until you represent the interests of your constituents, those people should not vote for you, and you should consistently lose. Peter Dow can go fuck himself. Complaining that the problem with all this is Bernie Sanders and his supporters. If the problem is the leftists. If those people weren't a part of the process, then we'd be fucking awesome and we can just keep taking this money and keep representing the interests of the people who are paying us while pretending and giving lip service to the actual voters. Look at the country, dude. Look at the country. Half of it is in poverty. Democratic president left, giving 95% of the wealth to the top 1%. And you believe in this entire process that the problem are the leftists. You are utterly, absolutely, and completely ridiculous. Not to mention wrong. The left. Us. We're the antidote. People are supporting Bernie Sanders as being that popular because they like the things that he's espousing. And he's talking about a new way of politics that doesn't necessarily cater to the interests of the people who paid your candidate. That's a sea change. That's a change we all should get behind. Your issue with this is because it's a paradigm shift. That paradigm shift doesn't necessarily include the likes of you or your candidate. Get over it. Get over it. You can have a Twitter fit all you want. Can't necessarily change the reality of the situation. So, I'll leave it here. I just thought it was comical and absolutely ridiculous that somebody who worked with Hillary Clinton is complaining that the left is a problem. The people who think the country should have health care and education. The people who, for the most part, say that the Affordable Care Act was a right-wing health care plan, which is true, by the way. That's not a talking point. That's actually true. The people who say, hey, maybe we shouldn't have this level of vulnerability for each and every one of us in our particular society. And maybe people should have a certain amount of value, not necessarily just everything caters to markets. Those people. Those are the people who this guy is saying are the problem. Those people aren't the problem, dude. You are. I'll leave it at that. Alright guys, if you enjoy the content, feel free to share, like, subscribe, and of course, you can always support the work through Patreon. Thank you.